Hello Summit, you are welcome to my channel. This is Luchi's Design. To my returning subscribers, thanks for all your support. In this video, I'll be teaching you the easiest way to cut and sew a perfect pant trouser with a fitted crotch. I will also be teaching you how to calculate for different body measurement to suit your own design in case you are into ready to wear. Please make sure you watch till the end because I will be showing you how to cut and sew a trouser accurately. Okay, to cut a trouser you need to know how to get your crotch depth and also how to calculate for your crotch extension. To get your crotch depth, you will divide your hip circumference by 4. If I divide 46 by 4, it will give me 11.5. This 11.5 is my crotch depth. As we go on, I will show you how to insert all these measurements. For my crotch extension, I will divide my hip measurement by 20. This is for the front part. If I divide it, it will give me 2.3. For the back, I will divide my hip by 10. This formula is very accurate and it works for all body sizes. So if I divide it, it will give me 4.6. So to determine the amount of fabric you put on fold, what you will do is to divide your hip by 4. If I divide it, it will give me 11.5. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That's 12.5. And I will add 2.3 for my front crotch extension. I have 14.5. 14.5 is what I will put on fold in order not to waste my fabric. I've cut out the front part. This is my front. Okay, I'll just confirm my measurement. Okay, this is 14.5. The length I'm working with is 39 inches. I added 1 inch for folding at the down part. So I will now measure down my crotch depth. This is my crotch depth for my hip. This is my hip. I will measure 8.5. This 8.5 was for a smaller person and a medium person. If you're a plus size, use 9 inches. So I will now measure 22 inches for my knee length. Okay, this is all for my vertical lines. I rule out my line so that it will be visible for you to see. So the next thing I will do now is to insert my hip measurement. My hip divided by 4 is 11.5. I will add 1 inch for my allowance and I will rule it down to my crotch depth. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Okay, the next thing is to insert my crotch extension is 2.3. So on my crotch depth line, I will now mark it. Just watch what I'm doing. I've marked it. So I will come up by 2 inches and at the corner I will measure 1 inch so that it will guide me on how to curve. I've given it a smooth curve. So what I will do next is to divide my waist by 4. My waist is 40 divided by 4. I will insert the measurement there and I will add half inch. Okay, I'll add 1 inch for my sewing allowance. You can add half if you want. So I will connect it to my hip line. Just connect it. You can do it with your pattern master. Just give it a nice curve. From my crotch depth line, I will come down by 3 inches. This 3 inches is where I will be inserting my thigh measurement. That's my lap measurement. The next thing is to divide my crotch extension line by 2. I'll divide it by 2 and I will rule down a straight line. This straight line is called crease line. And this line will help me to shape my lap, my knee and my ankle measurement. My round thigh is 28. I divide it by 2. It will give me 14 inches. So that 14 inches, I will share it into 2. That's 7 inches. I will add half inch for sewing allowance and I will mark it on the both line. Okay, I will connect it to my hip line, and the other side I will connect it to my crotch extension. That's what I did. So on my knee line, I will also do the same thing. Divide my knee. If you are measuring your knee, please, you bend your knee a little. Just bend your knee so that it will allow you to move your leg. And I will place the measurement there. Make sure you add half inch for sewing allowance. I will connect it. I'll also connect the other side. So my ankle measurement is 11 inches. I'll divide 11 inches by 2. It will give me 5.5. That 5.5, I will share it into 2. That's 2 points. Half inch. I will now measure it and I will connect it with a straight line. Just follow what I'm doing. You will get it right. Okay. Okay, the next thing I will do now is to confirm my measurements. Confirm whether your measurement is accurate. I've confirmed my own is very accurate. So on my waistline, I'll come down by 1 inch and I will slant it. The reason why I came down by 1 inch is because our front is lower than our back. If you leave it straight like that, the fitting will not come out well. It will not come out well, so you slant it to give it a nice shape at the front. So the next thing I will do now is to cut it off. As you can see, we are done with our front part and it's looking very nice. Please make sure you follow this step. To cut trouser is very simple. Just note these 2 simple calculations. The calculation I did at the beginning, you are good to go. So the next thing is to grab my back part. To know the amount of fabric you put on fold for the back part, you also divide your hip by 4 plus 1 inch plus 4.6 for my back crotch extension, but the back part will be longer than front with about 2 inches. Please note that. So from my front waist line, I'll come up by 2 inches. If you're of a smaller size, use 1 inch. If you don't come up by these 2 inches, find out that after sewing your trouser, your back will be too low. It won't cover your bum bum. From my waistline, I came in by 1.5 inch and I slanted it to my hip line. Just see the way I slanted it. You know our back is not straight. If you don't do it like this, your back will be too loose. It will be opening up. It won't relax well. So I will replace this 1.5 at the side. Just mark it. Don't forget to replace it. So the next thing now is to insert my back crotch extension. We have 4.5, okay, 4.6 inches. I will add half inch for joining. Please note that it's only at the back that you add half inch for joining. At the front, I did not add anything. I'll just give it a smooth curve. So on my hip line, I will mark 1 inch. This 1 inch is to create space for our butt. You know our back side is bigger than our front. So you mark 1 inch and you connect it. This 1 inch, you mark it straight down. Just measure it carefully to your hem line. Please don't add too much allowance when you are making your trouser. If you add too much allowance, you find that when you are sewing it, you keep on shaping. But if you use this method to cut your trouser, you just once you will get it right and it will fit perfectly on your body. So I will just mark the 1 inch straight down. Okay, I'm done marking it. On this side too, on this side I will add ½ inch on my knee. ½ inch, please add ½ inch on your knee, only on your knee. And I will connect it to my crotch extension. Just place your tape the way I place mine and you rule out your line. That's the only allowance you add at this side. Just rule a slanted line to your crotch extension, that's back crotch extension. That's all for the back, but I will be adding zip. The zip will be at my back. Okay, I will remove my front and I will measure my zip allowance. I measured 2 inches by width and I came down by 8 inches for my zip length. So I will now cut it off. We are done. This is simple as ABCD. Just stretch it out and we will head over to our sewing machine to join it. To sew it, I will start with my front. I'll just arrange it, just place it together, place the two front side together, make sure it matches. I'll measure ½ inch down. This ½ inch is what I will use to sew it. Okay, here I will stop here. I'll stop my stitches here. As we proceed, I will explain to you why I will stop my stitches there. So I will do the same thing on the back. I will stitch it here, just double stitch it to hold it so that it won't lose. You stop your stitches there also, you won't get to the end. Okay, I'll just go to my sewing machine now and sew it, and I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. Okay, I've sewn it. I also done the same thing for my back. Okay, see, for my back I will use my iron to open press it. Just iron the zipper fly down so that it will help you when you are attaching your zip. You follow the line there, open press the front part also. Please note that it's only on my front part that I added sewing allowance. On my back, what I added there is allowance. The front sewing allowance will compensate for the back part, so don't add any sewing allowance on the back. So the next thing I'll do now is to attach my zip for the back part. I'll just place my zip. This is an invisible zip. I will use my pin to secure it. Just pin it down so that it doesn't move around when you are sewing it. If this is your first time of seeing my video, please subscribe to my channel and like my video. Also turn on your notification bell so you get notification anytime I upload a new video. To my returning subscriber, thanks for all your support. I really appreciate. Okay, I've attached the zip. See my zip, very neat. Okay, the next thing now is to close it up. I'll first of all close the flap area. Just place two of them together, make sure it aligns, and use your pin to hold it. Okay, I will join the flap now. So as you can see, you see where I left, I did not sew this part. I told you that I will explain why I left it. If you sew it this way, your crotch area won't be tight. It won't be tight, it will be straight. And if you're weaving it, you will just weave it straight. It will not obstruct anything. So that's the reason for that. You just place it and sew the one leg, you sew the other leg. So I've done that. I've closed it. I use 1/2 inch. Okay, so I will now close the two sides. Okay, to shape my waist now, I'll divide 40 by 2. I have 20. I will now place my measurements. Okay, I have 22 here, so I will now use one inch to close it. Just measure it, confirm your measurement. Whatever you are left with, you share it on the both side. Please, I have a detailed tutorial on how to shape a dress accurately. It's on my channel. Please make sure you watch it. We'll learn how to shape a line mermaid gown, any dress at all. I will drop the link on the description channel. I will now measure it on the both sides, 1 inch. I will also do the same thing on my thigh measurement. On my thigh line, I will divide it by 2. Okay, I'll confirm it. Have 1/2 inch here because I've used half to sew the other side, so I'm left with half this side. I will mark 1/2 inch. I will also do the same thing on my ankle and mark this side too. I've shaped it. After shaping it, the next thing now is to fold my waistline. This trouser does not have band or elastic. I will do a detailed tutorial on how to do that. This is just a quick tutorial. What I will do, I will use my bias to close it up. Just fold it and you are good to go. Yeah, my trouser is ready. Very simple. Just trim off your thread. Thanks for watching.